Today we're going to do the first concept of our grammar unit, which is the degrees of comparison with modifiers. Our entire unit is about using modifiers correctly. We will do one lesson per week, and then we'll have a review and a quiz. So let's get started. So our first concept is using comparison with adjectives and adverbs. So when we talk about modifiers, we're really talking about those adjectives and adverbs. If you remember, adjectives are going to describe a noun, maybe another adjective. They're going to tell how many, what kind, which one, that sort of thing. And adverbs are going to tell you when, where, how, to what extent, that sort of thing. So both adjectives and adverbs have 3 degrees. They have the positive or base form, and they have the comparative form, and then they have the superlative form. Such a pretty word, superlative. So the positive or base form of the modifier cannot be used to make a comparison. This is the sort of form that would appear in the dictionary. So if we're taking the word stormy, the positive form, December, can be a stormy month. It's just what it is, right? Then the comparative is when you have 2 things, right? So December is a stormier month than May. That's when you have 2 things that you're comparing and you're using this adjective to qualify it. And in that case, notice how we drop the Y and add IER, okay? And then lastly, you have the superlative form. That's when you have more than 2 and you're addressing the, where it stands. So in this case, February can be the stormiest. It is the most stormy, right? The stormiest month of all, okay? If we wanted to use an adverb, then let's look at quickly. So the base form of quickly is quickly. So he always walks quickly. But then if we compare it, right, he walks more quickly than she does. So in this case, we're not changing the shape of the word. We're adding a qualifier, the word more. And then in the superlative form, then you just change that to most. So of the 3 of them, he walks most quickly because we've got 3. So in general, we want to just add the ER or the EST form for most one syllable modifiers. So like younger to youngest, that sort of thing. Sometimes like we said earlier, you have to make that change. So like with stormy to stormier, we had to drop the Y and add IER. And then sometimes with single syllable modifiers in particular, that's when we add that most or more or whatever. So more prone, which would mean like you tend to more, right? Prone means tend to. So prone is the base form, more prone, and then most prone. So every now and again, we're going to have a more or a most in there instead. And so let's take a peek at what we're going to do for our assignments. So in our Schoology page, we're going to click on our assignment. You're going to have 20 attempts to get a perfect score. This unit and from kind of here on out, we will not go back and modify your score. So after whatever attempt you are done with, that is the score you get. So you've got up to 20 to get a perfect score, but otherwise we're not going to go back through and rescore your assignments. So with that in mind, there's a little recap of what I just talked about. So the positive form, the comparative form, and the superlative form. Your task is to write the correct form of the modifier in the parentheses, and spelling counts, as we see parentheses misspelled. So if we go into our attempt, our first assignment or first question, notice how we've got fast in parentheses here. So biologist Rachel Carson was one of the first people to realize that pesticides were altering the environment. We're going to type in here faster then living things could adapt because we only have, right, one other comparison. And then we just move on to the next one and so on and so forth. So hopefully that'll be easy enough for you. 10 questions, you can repeat 20 times to get a perfect score. I'm hoping for perfect from all of you. And that's it. So take care and have a good day.